Welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm Dennis Michael Lynch. Now, a big part of this show is we get the general public involved. We want to hear what it is that you want to say. We want to know everything that's going on with your lives and how it is that you feel about America. And we have one segment where we have people come and ask questions of experts. For tonight, I'm going to play the expert, seeing it's my show, right? It's our show, and it's, I'm going to be the expert. So I'm going to turn to Blake in California. Blake, thanks for being here. And I know that you sent me a real nice note with you and your kids, and a lovely note. I want to thank you for that. What do you want to ask me, Blake? Don't ask me what kind of hair gel I use.
Well, thanks for having me on.
All right.
You have great hair, so I bet you have some good hair gel.
I do.
In the past, when following you, you've talked a lot about illegal immigration and penalties for employers who hire illegals. How would you handle the expansion of E-Verify and penalties for those type of companies?
That's a fantastic question. We've been talking about immigration all night tonight. And look, in order to stop the flow of people coming into this country illegally, or for people to stay here when their visas expire, most of them are staying here because they could get a job, and they could get a job very easily. So if we were to eliminate the magnet, if we were to make it so this way they could not earn a living, most of these people would go home. If they don't have money, there's no reason to stay here. So to your point, what we have to do is we have to fine employers, and what we have to do is prosecute them if they continue. Now, the E-Verify system is already in place today, but the fact of the matter remains is that it's not mandatory, it's voluntary. So if nobody is forced to use it, and we really don't have anybody checking in on it, well, what's the point? So one of the things that we have to do, the next president has to do, is he has to make E-Verify mandatory, and if you don't do it, you're going to get fined and eventually prosecuted. And believe me, if we fight fire with fire, Blake, people will stop hiring illegal aliens. I want to thank you so much for your question. We're going to have you back on anytime you want, and give those kids a kiss. All right? Thanks so much, buddy. All right, so now we're going to turn to Frank. Frank is coming in from Wyoming. Where's Frank?
Here I am.
All right, Frank, I can't see you. I still see Blake. Oh, there you are. All right, so you're from Wyoming. What goes on in Wyoming?
A little bit of everything, and I'd like to say, Dennis, greetings from Wyoming, and I speak with Americans from all across the United States quite frequently.
Okay.
And something that I hear a lot is that they can't believe that this is America. It just does not resemble the America that they grew up in. And they're also saying that America's done, that even voting will not save it. And many of them are waiting for some horrible thing to happen, and that maybe then secession will take place, and that America will have to redefine itself. Have you heard the same things, and what do you think?
Well, first of all, I mean, I always like to look at the glass being half full versus half empty. And I do, like you, I travel the country, and I talk to a lot of people, and there is a sense of sadness. People are seeing America isn't the America that you grew up in and that I grew up in, and there's an array of problems. There's an array of reasons why it's like that. I think one of the great things about a Donald Trump candidacy and maybe presidency is he's lit a spark. He's lit a spark in the same way that Reagan sort of lit a spark. Now, not everybody likes what Trump says, because he says it's sort of, heavy-handed, if you will. But at the end of the day, what he's talking about is he's talking about saving America and making America great again. I do think that if we elect the right person, and maybe Donald Trump is that person, that you'll see people start turning around, that they'll be very happy again. I remember not so long ago, I was covering a story down in D.C., and there was an older couple there. They were in their 70s or 80s, and they said, back when Carter was president, it just felt like it does today with Obama. And the minute that Reagan was actually elected, everybody felt great again. I thank you for your question. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to you about our special Trump program that's going to be, what is it called? Can Trump Win? It's going to be on Friday night. We'll talk about that when we're back. Thank you.